usually use a chain to do this, each link representing a vertebra. But if you want to change the energy in your spine, you simply raise that one vertebra by that amount, and you've increased the energy in the spine. Well, what else have you done? Well, you've changed the position of that vertebra in the spine, but you've also changed every vertebra. Every point in this cord has been changed from its original minimum energy position. And we developed this theory to explain changes in the cervical spine that we observed after adjusting with a small amount of force. So if you say, okay, that's a fixation, it is a constraint on this system that is holding this vertebra at a different energy level, it's also influencing the entire spine. Your spine is just a structure in space. It's influencing the entire spine. And you could show that. What happens if you remove that constraint, which is increasing the energy at that point? I didn't push anything back into place. In fact, if I did, I can change the spine inadvertently to a poor position, to a not minimum energy position. So, okay, all I have to do is remove the constraint. In other words, let that vertebra move again. And if I can do that, the whole spine will change. And you can demonstrate that indeed often the whole spine does change on X-ray. What happens if I remove that fixation and there's something else here that is a constraint, but I don't see it? Well, if I remove it, all of a sudden I do see it. So if I remove this primary fixation, I'm likely to see one or more fixations, or the evidence of them, by changes in stiffness after I've removed the first. So that explains to me some of the findings you have when you have a new patient. All of a sudden, you know, you got maybe only one place or two places or 7 places, and you remove one of them, and different things show up on the screen. Then after 3 or 4 visits, this smooths out and becomes more, what's a good word for that? I don't want to say, it's more
natural.
Yeah, it's a more rationalized response where things are smoother and they start to calm down a little bit. If you have a number of fixations, what do? Well, you can start with one over here and it removes it this way. This might still be here, or it might change that and everything go away because everything is connected. You've been saying this for years, 100 years. Everything is connected. Now you can demonstrate it. You can see how the influence of changing one spot in the spine can affect the whole spine. And it's a published paper in JMPT. It was done by me and a physicist and some chiropractors. So I think it's a valid viewpoint. It's taught in at least one college, maybe 2. That's kind of good for an old, broken down engineer to do. That we actually got some new theory inserted into